wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
I have, again, as an economist, um, there are granular basic things that happen on the, I'd even call it the nano-economic. There's microeconomics, the study of individual behavior. I'd say nano-economics, like speech, choice, action, even more atomic level than that. And one thing that pisses me off of the many is when I found myself answering the same question multiple times, because I won't say which group of people, they want a particular answer. And they think that if rephrasing the question using different words, but it's the exact same question, that then you'll give them the answer they want. Because these people, I won't mention who they are, but they think that they're the only sentient entity on the planet, and you're just a robot who's not obeying. Okay, you're not a sentient human being that has an opinion or a stance on something. No, no, no. Oh, I just didn't put the right inputs in. The robot should give me the answer. So I will rephrase the question so the robot gives me the answer that I want, because I'm the only sentient entity here, and the whole world and the universe must bend to my will. Won't say who that is, but I've noticed, as you have time to sit and think, so much time is wasted because people have an outcome they want. And instead of just being blunt and using the language, English or not, to convey critical information so that other people may say, oh, that's what they need. Okay, then we all take action based on the words that should accurately represent reality. When you lie, taking words, saying things you don't mean them to say, but hope to evoke a response that's lying, that is misinformation, and that causes economic inefficiencies. And it's huge. It's huge. I'll give you an example. I never knew. I was just like, are you kidding me? You know the couple where they break up after they have been married for years, where, oh, he didn't want kids. What? You didn't resolve that early? And I usually what ends up happening is somebody, the guy or the gal, will usually, they really want kids, or they really don't want kids, but they'll agree against what they want so that they can stick with that person. And then inevitably, come on, I really want a kid. You didn't say that before. And so tremendous amounts of money and energy wasted because you didn't use words. And I won't say which group of people it is, but somebody has a real problem with the literal use and meaning of words. Like words have meaning. I'm not going to say who that is of the two main groups of people, which you don't know. It could be brown-eyed people and blue-eyed people. It could be left-handed and right-handed people. I'm just saying there's just two groups of people you could generally put the people of the world into, and one group has a little bit more difficulty handling the literal use of the language. Again, won't say who it is. So when I see shit like this, somebody pointing this out to me, and it's true, I'm like, oh yeah, here it is. You have corporations essentially lying to you. It creates great confusion, which you guys then misallocate resources because you want a job. And corporations are the champions. They're the reigning kings of abusing the language and not being clear with what they want with employees and prospective employees. This is very important to all of us because we all need to work, unless you're a Democrat, you want to live on welfare and be a parasite. You all went to school, you'd all like to have a job, and then corporations give you a lie and you act on it. and then you run around like crazy. Oh, that didn't work. There must be something wrong with me. There must be something wrong. No, they're just lying to you. So here's this guys, young people, listen to me. It's not an act. This isn't a show. These people are not intelligent. I don't care how powerful or the president, CEO, I don't care what the title is. Corporations are no more mature than you are if you're in middle school. Corporations are middle schoolers. They play these petulant little childish games that if you all did away with it, we'd all advance a lot more quickly and further. I'm going to read through this article. You tell me if this sounds like above board behavior or typical Minnesota nice, passive aggressive, backstabby, mean girls bullshit. From Fox News. Bosses admit that return to no, I don't want that pop up. Fox News. Bosses admit that return to office mandates were meant to make staff quit. As the disease pandemic came to an end, a large number of companies pushed for their workers to return to the office 5 days a week, a policy that prompted many employees to quiet, quit, and protest. That may have been exactly what their bosses wanted to happen. New findings published by Bamboo HR, which I looked through the research, and sometimes Fox News might embellish the story a little bit, but this correlates, so I don't have to read through the actual research. Bamboo HR showed that about 1/4 of vice presidents and C-suite executives implemented return to office policies with the hope that it would trigger voluntary turnover among their employees. Look, just say, look at how, just lay these people off. Why do you go through the horse shit? Why? And you find out because they weren't direct and honest, they didn't get enough people to quit. With the hopes that it would trigger voluntary turnover among their employees. Additionally, about 1 in 5 HR professionals said their in-office policy was intended to make workers quit. All these hoops, all this, it never ends. Middle school never ends. And HR are the mean girls. They are the Heathers. That's obscure cultural reference very few of you are going to get. They are the reason the hair on the back of your neck goes up when you run into HR people in or out of the office doesn't matter. It's because they're evil and they're still playing these fucking popularity middle school games. They don't use they're sophists. Look it up. They're the scum of the earth. This is why you can't. And here's the thing: they're going to insist on this artificial language. You can't just go in. Like you should be able to like, what's it pay? Because if it's not paying enough, you and I shouldn't waste each other's time out of respect for their time too. Oh, that's rude. That's rude. All right, fine. I won't ask about pay. Let's waste 2 hours of each other's time. If you, and this is where you get all these dumbass fucking questions these people still ask. If you could be an animal, what animal would it be and why? And you guys should, do you know how you end the middle school games? Do you remember? Okay, we all went K through 12, right? You know how you end all that faux, fake popularity value system bullshit? Do you know how you make the nightmare end? You got to graduate from high school, but the shorter version is you got to leave. This is why I'm in addition to the higher education quality you're going to get just learning things from the internet or your parents, and the fact you could graduate probably from high school at 12. The other very close second reason you should all homeschool, so you have to deal with the mental ill bullshit circus that is K through 12. You know, and it's the same thing with corporations. If the corporation's fucking around, I mean, we're further now than we've ever been before getting these corporations to fucking knock it off with the Orwellian speak and just be honest. If you just say, no, we're not doing it. We're gone. They have no power. It's like the reverse. You don't invite Dracula into your house, but you don't go into Dracula's house either. Like, no, I'm not going there. I'm not going to school. I'm not going to the corporations. I'm going to go here. There's going to be the pay. These are the rules. Da, 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 da. Like you force your standards on them. If they don't accept your standards, that's fine. I'm going away. I'm going somewhere else. But if they start doing we're a family. We have a corporate cult. No, no, no. Goodbye. And the younger generations are doing that either wholesale, not, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting my college degree. I'm not jumping through your hoops and circuses. But when they quiet quit or lie flat, nope, I'm doing the bare minimum. We could play this game too. And it's just one of the latest little fucking backstabby, cowardly, hypocritical, bitch ass moves. Little bitch. That's what it is. A little bitch move. Corporation is doing here. I mean, even this website is kind of the same thing. I can't just stay where I was and a pop-up has to, oh, we're going to sneak it in. I mean, really, do you corporations ever think about etiquette or ethics? Why is it always got to fuck you in the ass every little which way? I'm not talking big dicks, like little mosquito. We got to give you a mosquito. Oh, we're going to pop up there. Why? Why? I don't go to Fox News. I don't look at one of these advertisements, not one. Usually 1 in 5 HR professionals said their in-office policy was intended to make workers quit. This suggests that RTO mandates are really just I'll ad just started playing. They're making my point for me. Oh, and I gotta find my place again because it bumped it all down again. Foxbusiness.com, everyone. This suggests that RTO mandates are really just layoffs in disguise, Bamboo HR said in the report. About 28% of remote employees said they would consider quitting their jobs if company required them to be in the office on a daily basis. And you know what? There is a level of intelligence to this. Like, I know all you corporations want the dick suckers. It's just like middle school. You want people to pledge fealty to your little clique. You know, you don't care about production or anything. Like, it's still just a continuation of this popularity value system. You all get hardwired in your operating system, K through 12. So you don't want people who don't want to be there. They might have, oh, we don't want those people with lives and families to attend to. And you're good. You see it kind of already happening where the sane, not even necessarily intelligent, but just the sane ones, but would correlate with intelligence. They're leaving. They're not working for your place. Not doing this big four bullshit anymore. They're not going to Wall Street. They're not going, I'm not working for a big corporation. Fuck you. Now you got a competency crisis and doors are flying off of planes and well, we can't find people. Fine, get rid of the smart ones. That's fine. Yet the policy may not have been effective as some bosses hope. About 2 in 5 managers, directors, and executives said the organization enacted layoffs in the last year because fewer employees than they expected quit during the return to office push. Getting employees to quit by enforcing an in-office policy also appears to have backfired in some instances, according to the survey. Nearly half the employees surveyed at the company with return to office policy said the workplace suffered significant talent losses due to the policy. Yeah. But allow me to toot my own horn, honestly. Wells Fargo, we talked about them a little bit. Wells Fargo and every other bank, small bank that I work for, you would have done very well to put me in a position of power. I'm not saying president and CEO, but a position somewhere in risk. You would have come out multiple billions of dollars ahead if you actually listened to a smart, intelligent person like me who knew what the fuck was going on. But because once again, corporate America's middle schools, you reward conformance over performance. It is popularity. It never fucking what? Wells Fargo, let me ask you this. Are you requiring people to wear Cavarishi pants? Is it edgy, yo? Do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember this? Don't rock the boat. Rock the boat. What? There's a hole in the boat. I'm trying to plug the hole in the don't rock the boat. Oh my God, don't rock the boat. Anything but if I don't rock the boat, we're going to sink. Oh my God, don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat. Get a life raft, get the fuck off this boat. Take all the life rafts with me. Yeah, no, you guys know what you're doing. Oh, the boat sank. It took everyone with him. That's too bad. I know you corporations, especially you HR people, are so wedded to this conformance popularity value system. You cannot tolerate emotionally, psychologically, people don't agree with you, even if they're just doing their job. I know you're such inferior people. It drives you nuts. Someone won't listen or do what you say or disagrees with you and dare to have an opinion. Maybe even better than you are, a better employee. Do you have to? I know that, but you need those people. Or you need a constant government bailout. Or you just go bankrupt. I'm once again speaking to the employees, the applicants, the job seekers, the workers. It is not you. You are not wrong. These corporations, this is just one of bait and switch titles. There's a reason like Economics Ethan and Josh Fluke and all there's a reason there's a lying flat and a quiet quitting because corporations lie all the fucking time. And it's maddening. And then again, I wonder if they consciously rely on the fact that they know you're younger and you don't know anything. Your parents and teachers didn't fucking raise you for shit. They didn't make you savvy or street smart, that they try and take advantage. I wonder if they consciously know that it's a byproduct of the popularity value set that they have. I don't know, but it's maddening. Drove me mad when I was a teenager in the 20s. I was like, what did I do wrong? There's another group of people that says you've done everything wrong and then you try everything and it still doesn't work. You're like, wait a minute, wait a minute. What if the individual right and the corporations are wrong? What if the individual's right and the society is wrong? And it's a classic example here. This middle school girl game bullshit where like, oh, we secretly want them to quit. See what I'm saying? And if you ever wonder, what am I doing wrong? I can't, it's not you. And matter of fact, there never was any corporate career for you. There never, if you think, well, I got to learn the rules and how do I make my boss happy? There is no making them happy. There is no, you're going to get rewarded. There is no hard work is going to pay off. There is no meritocracy at all. There's no path you get in there. And it's only going to be through dumb luck or sucking. It's going to be middle school. And if you want to waste your life, just try. Do you remember what it was like in middle school to like, well, how do I figure, make friends, whatever. You remember how hard that was because it always changed and it was at the whim of some kind of cabal of kids. Do you want that to continue for the rest of your life? Well, then go work in corporate America. But man, here's another, what fucking, is it blue? All the popular kids are wearing blue shoes on Tuesday. Tee don't tell the unpopular kids. Oh, fuck off. This nightmare, let them fucking have it. Let them fucking have it. And then when they need real people to get the real work done, there you are as a contractor. Yeah, it'll be $300 an hour and fuck you. I don't talk to HR. And no, I'm not sitting in your training. I am a hired gun. I am not your employee. The line goes across, not down. You understand that? We're equals, Mr. fucking MBA fuckwit. This is why you get an invaluable skill. This is why you become a minimalist. This is why you need as little money as you can so you don't have to tolerate this shit. Moreover, the discontent with return to office policies is strong among employees, the report said. This level of dissatisfaction could lead to a further drain of talent, affecting not just, well, and that's the other thing. The environment, the headwinds are against the corporations. You have a younger and younger labor pool, younger, where more and more of them have been brought up on the internet. They conduct most of their business, their education on the internet. They're not going to, it is going to seem archaic and obsolete and cavemanish for somebody who's 19 today. Why would I go to an office? I can do it right here. And I don't care what you gray pubes, current leaders of America corporations think. They're not coming. I can't imagine what it's like running something. I just can't imagine it. And pulling the teeth and paying the office rent. Culture. What the fuck? And that brain drain or talent, they're gonna be going on, or they're just gonna shut down. And I've said it before, I'll point it out again. You corporations have no fucking clue how much feminism has undermined your power. Okay, yes, fine. It took a year, a generation or two, rather, 20 years, 30 years. But now people aren't having kids. And young boys, especially the boys, aren't getting cars or worthless college degrees. They don't have the debts. Everyone's living at home. People have been forced to scale down. And the fact they don't have kids, the fact they don't have a mortgage means you can't use them as debt slaves and force them to do this hogwash horse shit. The reason Zoomers can lie flat is because they don't have debts. They don't have families. Right. Go get some more egg freezing. Offer that as a fringe benefit working at the XYZ Corporation. Yeah, kids used to be able to use those as leverage, but now you're paying women not to have kids. You make it impossible. Put them, you've driven them away. You can't leverage that over them anymore. And what talent may exist or could have been brought out through a career or training, you'll never know. They're not gonna go work for you, let alone with a forced commute. Oh, about one quarter of U.S. companies plan to require their workers to show up at the office more next year, even if it causes a decline in employment, according to a separate survey conducted by Resume Builder. That's fine. Look, if you got to lay people off, do it however. I think a lot of people are like, fine, we're not coming back. That's okay. Among companies planning to require an increased number of days off, among companies planning to require an increased number of days in the office, sorry, 86. Wow. They just got to have that. I'm never doing Fox Business News again. We're not doing it. This is among companies planning to require an increased number of days off, 86% cited productivity. I'm sorry. Among companies planning to require an increased number of days in the office, 86 cited productivity, while 71% said it was a desire to improve company culture. Fuck you and your culture. Fuck you. All you presidents and CEOs and HR people, where you have nothing outside of the corporation, I can't say what I'd like you to do, but I would like you to evaluate whether you have any purpose and reason in living outside of work. That I would like you to evaluate that and just see what options are on the table. Corporate culture. Fuck you. Just 55% said the policy was intended to help retention. How is requiring people to commute helping with retention? Do you understand this? Does any of this make sense? I went through middle school once. I'm not going through it again. And I'm certainly not going through it with some 50-year-old Karen. On top of that, about 93% of business leaders indicate they think employees should be physically present in the office and therefore are supportive of RTO policies. Good luck. Good luck. There's what you want, what you're going to get. Currently, most employers that have an in-office mandate require employees to work a certain number of days on premise. I've never understood that. You have to be here 2 days a week. What, dude? Either all or nothing. What is it worth having there 2 days a week? I don't get it. Get rid of the building. About 38% enforce a minimum of 3 days per week. Amazon, Apple, and Starbucks among the companies that require their employees to be in the office at least 3 days a week. Bye. Bye. The that homeschooling analogy is kind of similar. All you can have all the mandates in school. You teachers and teachers unions can have a stake and have all the mandates in the school, but more and more people are homeschooling their kids. You can have all the mandates you like about employees, but if people aren't working for you and they're just staying at home collecting welfare, or independent contract, or tradesmen, or whatever, they're not there. They're not showing up. This, along with the sex war, I find it fascinating watching the corporations lose their power over employees. As employees like, fuck you. We're not doing it. And a lot of these corporals vote Democrat and have welfare states like, oh, we'll pay you to live so you don't need to work for us. Why aren't they working for us? This is short. I don't, it's like watching them shoot themselves in the foot and then complain about the pain after. And they're not going to win. The corpos are not going to win on this one. The culture is, they're young, they're Zoomers, they're alpha, they're growing up on the internet. They're going to be like, and I happen to agree with them, not because I don't want to commute. There's that, but yeah, it's just easier to do banking online. Think about how archaic and dumb and outdated commuting has become. Think about that. They're gonna look historians are gonna look at it like, yeah, there was this thing called rush hour, and they continue doing it 50 years after the fact that the internet allowed them to really work from anywhere. This is, I mean, look at it like this corporate cultural holdover. Holy cow. I God, I cannot wait to enjoy the decline. Cannot, I get to see it, but I just wish it would go faster. I wish you kind of see it in San Francisco, where all the corporations are leaving now to go to Florida and Texas, and all these corporate buildings are just the downtown buildings are selling for cents on the dollar. You're seeing prices drop. There you see it happening rapidly. I can't wait to see this happen at a nationwide level. I can't wait. And you're also starting to see the veneer and the prestige that comes with, oh, working for an established firm like Goldman Sachs. Oh, working for like, no, fuck you. Doesn't mean anything anymore. Let's go to this. Oh, link below. What the hell is link below? Two courses. One, achieving financial excellence. What that course does is basically teaches you how the future of wealth is going to be changing. Where truly wealthy people, it's not that you have money, it's that you have freedom. And yes, there's heavy minimalism overtones in there, and you actually get if you take that course, you get a discount on the minimalism course because there's a fair amount of overlap. But the quickest way to freedom, and I would argue truly high standards of living, is to need the least amount of money as possible, so you are a slave to employers the least amount possible. And so that kind of goes through it basically the achieving financial excellence replaces the popularity value system all of you have had mandatorily installed in your brain in K through 12, K through college, and replaces it with one of freedom. That's the short version. It kind of goes through some philosophy and explanations. They're like, oh yeah, fuck this shit. Like if you really, let's say you're a guy and you really want a sports car, but you know it's kind of this gets rid of that desire for you to get that sports car. That's kind of what, and then it liberates you and it gives you a much more clear goal and objective of what role money should play in life. So that's achieving financial excellence. That's linked below. You can find that on Teachable as well. It's there. Just search for it. The other one is the world's greatest accounting career. You do have to work. I mean, you don't have to. You can live on welfare and look at how successful those people are and what great lives they have. But if you'd like some a little bit higher standard of living, but also allows you remote work and self-employment as quickly as possible, in my opinion, no guarantees because like you all have to work for someone a little bit to get the experience. Accounting, I think, is the field. Used to be IT back in the day. Now I think it's accounting. So me and Chad put together the world's greatest accounting career. So if you're interested in accounting career, assuming you're interested, consider taking that course. It goes through the how, the what, the why, the where, the when, and how the fuck to get out from corporate employment as quickly as motherfucking possible. Um, so let's go to the super chats. Evan, 5 Canadian bucks. I wish I were making this up. When my old employer was bought over by a large corporation, they referred to layoffs as meeting synergy targets. Right, exactly. Exactly. Just fuck off. You do need corporation. You need employers. You do. You got to work but this whole loyalty shit should be put to bed. Employees, sorry, should have a much more mercenary and Machiavellian opportunistic approach to the employers. If at minimum, get rid of this loyalty. I'm going to work really hard. Fuck you, pay me is what should be replaced by it. Yes, you will have to go to an office. Yes, you will have to commute. Yes, you might even have to pay high rent, but it should be towards a goal that, okay, now I got my skills. Now I got my reputation. Now this is on my resume. And now fuck you. I'm self employed and I'm getting the fuck out of here. I think accounting is the fast track to that. Ken Rose, $1. Thank you, Ken. 5N, 4K, $2. High school never ends. Bowling for soup. Okay. Is that from a movie? A Pringles can with veins, $5. But Cappy, if my boomer boss can't breathe hot cigar breath on the back of my neck, how will he know I'm working? That's a problem. Sounds like a them problem, huh? Really sounds like a them. I'd have to do the numbers, but I mean, ever so roughly, It depends really where you live, but your average person can get by on about 25 grand a year, which is about 40% production of what we're currently doing now. So could you imagine if sales at these like the amount of people that would drop by 40%? Could you imagine what would happen to these people? If you just people just work the absolute minimum, which I would say is 40% of what all of us Americans on average are doing right now. Could you imagine what would happen? Essentially, if the country went on strike, oh, we wouldn't be able to pay off our debts. The dollar would collapse. There'd be a huge, you want the reset to happen? It's slowly happening, but I would just love to see it where we're just like, no, we're not doing it. We're delivering 40% work 'cause that's just what we need to get by. Oh, the come to Jesus meeting that would come from, oh, you'd like to make money. Oh, you'd like electricity to run in your building again. Okay, yeah, we're not doing this commute thing anymore. And there's no more college degrees unless it's like absolutely required. Oh, that'd be great. D0110, 5 British pounds. Embrace the collapse, gents. The fall of the corpo empire will be remembered through the ages. As the proverb goes, may you live in interesting times. It will be fun. I know it'll be hard and difficult. It's already hard and difficult now. But man, you already get to enjoy the decline a little bit because it's happening. Do you think these HR people are happy writing this horse shit? Do you think they like going through like, we gotta get imagine how fucking boring and worthless and horrible your life is when you're trying to like get corporate culture. We gotta force them to like corporate culture. It's the same losers who try and like do high school reunions where it's like that was your peak of your life. You want to do a high school reunion? Tell me you're a fucking useless human being without telling me you're a useless human being. What are we gonna reminisce about good old days? It's fascinating. As long as you don't have kids, because then you got to care about the future. But if you don't got kids, this is a big old fucking entertaining show, and it's a great one. Absolutely amazing. Gio Gonzalez, $5. Boomers are giddy about the American experiment failing. Tim Dillon. I don't think the boomers are. That requires intelligence. That requires self-awareness. I know who Tim Dillon is, but Gio Gonzalez, $5 again. Boomers are giddy about. Oh, he said it. Thank you for twice, Gio. Pringles can with veins, $5. The boomers are scared about losing their ass when the commercial property busts. Whoops, I guess no more Corvettes and teeth whitening. Well, I do teeth whitening occasionally. I'd go like once every 2 years. Like, they're getting a little yellow. I gotta whiten those up a bit. I guess no more. I don't know if it's commercial property, how much boomers are invested in REITs or commercial real estate. I know corporations are. But yeah, and like a third of boomers don't have enough money to retire, so they're just gonna work till they're dead. Come on, baby, light my fire. You guys knew everything. You were just so smart. Montatsal, $5. Be afraid of what will rise from the ashes of the collapse. Saul Alinsky, never let a good crisis go to waste. I don't know if that was Saul. I think that was someone else. I'm fully prepared for that. Okay, I'm 90% prepared for that. There's a couple other things I got to do, but I'm ready. Let's go. Bring it on. Let's do it. I cannot wait. And what's great is they brought it on themselves. I know a lot of you young people, you only have the reference or the context of your own culture or generation. I remember growing up like with the people of my generation. They're assholes too. They were sanctimonious. Like the millennials aren't the first people to go woke. We just called it different shit back then. All these sanctimonious, knowing holier than thou, know it all, saving the world types. They were with us. They're kind of in charge now. And I just like, oh man, you guys got kids. This is great. The riots burnt down houses 2 blocks over from where you live. This is wonderful. Did you know, man? 2 Canadians, wage slave after accidentally on purpose Prager's. Wage slave after accidentally on what, you? Did you get someone pregnant? Mazatzal, $2. Member berries. Member? All right, there you go. Link to the 2 courses below. Achieving financial excellence. I guess another way of putting it, the quickest way out of corporal enslavement. And then the world's greatest accounting career. If you're looking for a career that's going to inoculate you against corporate abuse, get you out of corporate middle school as quickly as possible, I'd say that'd be one of them. All right, there you go. See you guys later, Toodles.